Well, I wanted to give a quick update on the feeds of what has been going on for the past 24 hours. And honestly, I wasn't going to do one today, but last night had me cracking up so much because of the leftovers that I had to do it. And one clip in particular is Kyle juking away from Nicole trying to cuddle with him.
Auntie, did you eat the mochi? They can't give mine on. I don't mind.
If you want any, feel free. Oh, here.
No, you're totally fine.
I thought you were cuddling. You were just trying to get it back.
No, I was just trying to get it back.
Now we're going to get to some of the important things soon, like the veto and Daniel maybe figuring out some stuff. But this is so hilarious to me. I laughed for a good 5 minutes last night, and I still laugh when I see this. It's hilarious. The best part is Nicole trying to play it off like, I'm not actually trying to cut her. I'm laying very, very uncomfortably. Yeah, this is very comfortable. It is beautiful to see terrible people get some shit thrown back at them. I'm such Libra Moon. That's my favorite thing. I'm very eye for an eye. This was a great move by Kyle. This was like NFL caliber juking from Kyle. Like, if we put some NFL commentary to this clip, Kyle's a star, bro.
Loose right hip. Fourth quarter, 31-14 Broncos. Green to Dante Hall. Oh, Tommy. Why do you want to play him like that? We got to see that again.
Just watch the juke right there.
I got one more. Who else wants some? That was as sweet a juke as you will ever see anywhere.
When and if Kyle inevitably wins this game, at least nobody can say that he was not entertaining doing it. The group also just talked a lot of shit about the people downstairs and how terrible they've been. Turner talking about Nicole giving away his ice cream because Turner has a lot of food allergies, and Turner is probably doing as bad, if not worse, than Jasmine on Slop.
If Nicole left this week, fucking, that'd be dope. I do not like that example of her saying, oh yeah, it's from Turner's HOH. Who wants ice cream? Fuck you. I mean, it's not on everyone who took it. I don't care that people ate it. It's on who offered the whole room my food.
Yeah.
It's like, could you be less considerate? Jesus Christ.
The leftovers just had a lot of fun moments last night that I found very enjoyable.
Because they're gonna be like, what mastermind? Oh, it's gonna be Taylor's fucking everybody and her, all the guys she's having sex with. Oh my god.
Well, that's what it is. Oh my gosh, they'd be like, let's be like, I left the room and it was Taylor and the guys.
Oh wow.
No, I don't think she would actually say that. But,
No, they thought
sex dungeon. Damn, sex dungeon.
when she didn't go up, when everyone thought she was going up, and she walked around in her fucking fine ass bikini with the graves, with the shades throughout the backyard. Like, we were all laying like this, and she was just like, she never comes out.
Wait, what?
You didn't see her?
Oh, no.
The whole vibe was dead. This was Taylor. She was like, here's the middle of the backyard. Everyone's like, and Taylor's just like, what's up? Funny part is when me and Michael were working out upstairs, she just wanted to get some sun. Yeah. But she came to like eat her Lays up there. Yeah. And, like, everyone looked at that as such a power move, and like, bro, the girl can't do shit.
Yeah. And apparently we can't have any conversation.
No friends. I can't have any friends in the house.
Or else that's an issue.
Yeah.
But let's get to some of the important stuff quickly, since I don't have a lot of time today. The leftovers have figured out what they really might need to do this week by actually splitting up Nicole and Daniel. I've talked about in the last video how Kyle was pushing hard for Alyssa, and Kyle is still pushing hard for Alyssa next week as well. But Monty now and the rest of them are agreeing that they should just backdoor Nicole by putting up Nicole and Taylor, and it helps that Kyle and Daniel, that duo, won the veto, and it would be even more hilarious if Daniel has to use the veto to get out his duo Nicole this week. The veto rule seems to state that if only one person wants to use the veto, then the veto has to be used. So if Kyle wants to use the veto, I don't think Daniel can stop that from happening. Daniel was speculating on there being some kind of twist, but within the writing of the twist, that seems pretty obvious that this is the way the twist is. I liked Daniel's ideas better than the basic stuff that production does. But since it is this way, it now seems inevitable that Nicole and Taylor will go up because Kyle will make Daniel use the veto, and thus Alyssa and Indy would come down. Now, Monty is saying since Taylor has to go up again, she can't go up again next week, but Taylor wants to choose Indy and Alyssa as her next duo since they get to choose their next duo, which would be trio. But Kyle's still pushing that if Alyssa's not going this week, she needs to go next week. That would mean Taylor would have to go up again. And I think that would cause some issues for the leftovers if Kyle continues to push that so hard. For whatever reason, Kyle does not want to go on the block and not go on the block next to Daniel, even though he would be safe next to Daniel. That's something he's probably going to have to get over, or they're going to have to put up Taylor again, and there's going to be issues going forward with that alliance. There might already be issues, though, because Daniel seems to have actually figured out the leftovers for the most part. He's been piecing it together today, trying to count the numbers. At first, he was putting Terrence in the leftovers and not putting Michael and Brittany in them. But he's been walking in on them a lot in the HOH room. The leftovers have not been doing a good job of not spending a lot of time together. They've kind of been obvious, and that's also why they were kind of getting on my nerves yesterday, wanting to keep this alliance a secret so badly, while also pushing illogical things that they're doing, spending all this time together, staying in the same room together for a long ass time. Even though the other side doesn't have brains, they were going to figure it out eventually. So Daniel has figured it out for the most part. He doesn't know exactly who's in it, but he has an idea, and he's saying they need to change shit now.
This is where they can't change it. And if we don't do it now, we're done.
But Daniel's a little too late on that, which is good because I don't really want Daniel to be the one to change it. I wish Daniel was the one going home this week over Nicole. That would have been the smarter thing for the leftovers, but Kyle's been pushing his own agenda because Nicole's social game is awful. Not that Daniel's is that great either, but Nicole has zero agency in this game now. She's pissed a lot of people off, including people she would have to work with going forward if she were to stay. Daniel, his social game isn't that great too, but I think he could build a few connections more. I don't think it will help anytime soon, however, for Daniel's game. Daniel wants to talk to Kyle about not using the veto. We'll see how Kyle plays this. The rubber's going to have to probably meet the road for the leftovers this week, and that is going to cause Michael and Brittany to possibly be in danger next week because they will be the only duo left that don't have anybody else other than a leftover on their team. Brittany was worried about that all day yesterday. She's still been crying about it today, and I get her grief because they are the only two not safe within the leftovers. And Taylor was saying maybe they can convince Monty to just keep noms the same. So the noms could still be kept the same, but it looks like the push is to put up Nicole now. Daniel figuring things out could cause a lot of different scenarios because it could cause the leftovers to panic and not do it, which I think at that point would be worse because Daniel has figured it out, and then Nicole would be staying and those two would still be a duo within the house. It's also going to be interesting that Kyle, if Daniel doesn't want to do it and Kyle pushes for it to save Alyssa and Indy this week off the block, Alyssa's going to think Kyle really wants her now, which this poor guy, I do feel for him in this situation. So I don't know why she's so desperate like this and obsessive, but she is, and she will probably stay that way once Kyle takes her off the block this week if they stick with their newest plan. They've been shifting a lot of plans this week. The leftovers, not always on the same page this week, and that's because it's so damn big. 7 members is huge. But as of now, Kyle is supposed to use the veto to take down Indy and Alyssa, and then Taylor and Nicole would go up to backdoor Nicole. Taylor getting revenge on what Nicole wanted to do to her last week. We'll see what happens tonight. A lot can change. I don't know if I will have time to make a video tomorrow, but I will definitely be back either tomorrow or Monday to recap all the going-ons in the Big Brother game that is finding a lot of redemption because it started so badly. So badly this game started where we hated everyone. You can't have a show where you hate everyone. That's just not possible. Like, that never worked in the history of television. The ratings just don't stay that way. There has to at least be some good guys. It's the story as old as time. Pro wrestling always used to have it right. They suck at it now, but the heels versus the faces. But we're getting better now. It's been entertaining for a week, and we'll see what happens if Kyle uses the veto on Alyssa and Indy or not.
I don't know what her strategy is, but I'm staying away from her. Stay away.
Stay away from her, dude. She's gonna try and get you to pull muscle.